Hi Edge family, hi Edge community. I'd like to thank Ross for asking me to provide you with a yoga practice. And as you can see, it's in my front room and you'll see two kitties. This guy here is Broody and the other little gray and white one that you'll see, her name is Maddie. And they've adapted quite well to my yoga practices at home, but who knows what today is going to look like. So what I thought that we could do within the next half an hour, 40 minutes, depending on how things go, is just move. It's so important for us not to get completely caught up in what our world looks like in this moment, and in whatever opportunities we can, just try to find peace and relaxation. And if you're anything like me, I carry a lot of tension in through my neck and my shoulder blades. So we'll be targeting those areas a little bit. And my other prime time spot would be in through my hips. So we're just going to move, and hopefully by the end you'll feel a little bit better. I'm going to go through the entire practice so that you can see what it looks like, but if you are used to what my cueing looks like, you might be able to do the entire thing just through your ears and not having to watch what it looks like. Yay! So thank you for joining. If you want anything more than what this practice looks like, maybe just email me with some suggestions and some recommendations, and we'll go from there. So thank you for joining, and I hope you feel better by the end. So let's come to the middle of our mat into a seated position. So as you can see, I have a couple of props. I have a pillow that can act as a block. So if you find that some of the cueing won't get your body where I'm suggesting that your body be, then you would prop a pillow just under your seat bones. And I've got a box at the top of my mat with my guided notes for practice that you could use as a block. All right? So what I'd like you to do is just come to a seated position, and you're going to stack your left foot in front of your right. And ideally, when we're in a seated position, what you want to happen alignment-wise is you want your knees to line up with your hips. So the reason you would place the pillow underneath your seat bones is if your knees are too high in this position. So I'll let you get yourself where you need to be. So when you get here, what we'll try to do is we'll try to balance out through our seat bones. Try to relax in through your ankles. Okay, let's bring the palms of our hands, and the palms of our hands are going to face up, which they're what we say in the yoga world is that they're open to the universe and what the universe will offer us in every single moment. And let's say in this moment we're looking for good, positive energy. So just relax your shoulder blades, place your hands in your lap, tucking your chin in towards your chest, finding that good length through your spine. Okay, you might be able to draw those shoulder blades down a little bit more, and just looking at a spot towards the top of your mat. Keeping those eyes open or closed. Here's where we find additional connection pieces. So maybe in this moment you want to send good energy to a loved one in your life. Maybe in this moment you want to focus on how much we miss each other and how much we miss our Edge community. But in this moment, in our missing moment, let's think about all of our great memories that we have and all of the great memories that we're going to continue to experience together. And maybe you just want to focus on one single word. So the single word that I'm going to dedicate this practice to is our Edge community, and how much greatness and awesomeness our Edge community constantly provides, with connection, with support for each other, and always having each other's back. So what I'll invite you to do right now is just gently grip your knees with your hands so that your fingertips are draping over your knees. And in this moment, I'll invite you to draw those shoulders further away from your ears. And from here, let's bring both hands to our shoulders. Okay, and again, once we get into this position, we naturally want to arc forward. What I invite you to do is draw your chest up and forward. And while here, let's lift those elbows higher to the sky. Extend those arms skyward so that the palms face. And just reach. And continue to breathe. Deep belly breaths. Okay, so from this position, we're going to get into our first twist. So let's bring our left hand to our right knee. Our right hand is going to come right in behind us. So you might want to tent your fingertips, or maybe the palm of your hand comes right onto your mat. And here, continue to draw that chest up, maintaining that grip with that left knee. Draw that chest forward and begin to gaze over that right shoulder towards the back of your mat. Nice deep breaths. Try to relax that gaze, try not to stare. And always coming back to our intention today is community. Slowly and gently begin to untwist. Make your way back to center. Let's find that grip on our knees with our hands. Draw those shoulders away from your ears. Your chin is again slightly tucked. Elbows are bent. That will help you draw those shoulders away from your ears. Again, both hands are going to find your shoulders. Elbows lift high to the sky. Okay, draw that chest forward. Keep that core engaged. Extend those arms skyward. Palms face. Spread those fingertips wide. This time we're twisting left. So our right hand finds our left knee. Our left hand comes right in behind. And again, draw that chest forward and through. And then begin to twist through your rib cage. Looking over that left shoulder. Nice deep breaths. And relax that gaze. Okay, slowly and gently begin to untwist. Make your way back to center. And once you arrive, let's switch that front foot. So this time our right foot lands in front of our left foot. And find that balance. So your knees are lined up with your hips. Okay, draw that chest forward and through. Your seat bones are equally grounded and you engage through your core. So again, your fingertips are going to find your knees. Draw those shoulders away from your ears. Chin is slightly tucked, drawing the top of your head, reaching it skyward. Right arm creates a 90-degree angle. Palm faces center, left arm loops under and around, and your goal is to grip that right wrist or that right thumb. Okay, but we're creating what we call eagle arms. And now what we do from here is we draw those elbows center. So again, lead with that chest, so draw that chest forward. Okay, so once you've found that bind, I'll invite you to lift those elbows higher. And then I'll invite you to begin to fold forward. So you're folding from your hips. Okay, you're maintaining that grip on your mat with your seat bones. So try not to lift your bum. So leading forward, our goal is to touch down with our elbows. As slow as possible, no rush. Once you touch down with your elbows, begin to make your way back up. And once you arrive, again, find that alignment. Straighten your spine. Chest leads forward. Your core is engaged. Lift those elbows a little bit higher. If you're anything like me the past couple of weeks, you're going to feel this in through your shoulder blades and in through your neck. Okay, and slowly and gently lower your elbows first. Release that bind second. Your fingertips are gripping your knees third, and then shake those shoulders out or roll those shoulders out. And then find your way back to center. Same thing other side. Left arm creates a 90-degree angle. Palm faces center. Right arm is going to go under, wrap around, and grip that left wrist. So again, we naturally here want to curve. Okay, draw that chest forward, engage through that core, and keep that spine nice and long. Draw those elbows back to center and begin to fold from your hips, maintaining the grounding through your seat bones. You're going to feel this in through your hips. Touch down with both elbows before you come all the way back up. And once you arrive, lead forward again with your chest. Straighten that spine. Chin is slightly checked. Chin is slightly tucked. Lift those elbows high. Okay, lowering your elbows first. Releasing that bind second. Hands are going to find your knees and shake it out. Okay, so the last one before we make our way into our next pose, we're going to place our hands directly in front of where our shoulders are. And what I want you to do here is continue to create that lengthen through your spine, maintaining that grip with your seat bones on your mat. You're going to walk your hands a handprint forward. Keep that spine nice and long. You're going to feel this in through your hip, okay? One more big handprint forward. And when you get to that position where you're like, okay, so this is good, all I want you to do from here is lower that forehead to your mat. This is going to be a little bit more intense through your hip bones. Nice deep breaths, okay? You're lifting your head up first. Walk your hands back nice and slowly second. Keep those hands right where they are. We're just going to roll ourselves over and we're going to make our way into a tabletop position. So your hands are going to land underneath your shoulders. You're going to spread your fingers wide. Your middle finger is pointing to the top of your mat. Your knees are landing directly below your hips and the tops of your feet are grounded. So you're pushing through the middles of your hands, the middle of your hands. The eyes of your elbows point towards the top of your mat, and what we're creating here is what we call a tabletop position. Okay, so the crown of your head is pulling forward and your tailbone is pulling back, so you're creating a flat back. All we're going to do to begin is get a little bit of movement in through our spine. So we're going to go through a sequence. It's called cat-cow. What I want you to do is drop your belly button towards your mat. You're going to lift your gaze to the ceiling. So this is called cow pose. And as you draw the middle of your back skyward, your gaze is going to go towards the back of your mat. You draw the middle of your back as high as you can actually get it. This is called cat pose. And make your way back to center. So this time, before we go through the sequence again, you're going to flip your fingertips so that they're pointing in the opposite direction. So your fingertips are now pointing towards your knees. You might want to walk your knees in just a little bit. We're going to get in through our forearms and our wrists. Okay? So all you're going to do from here is drop your belly button towards the mat, lift that tailbone high, your gaze goes skyward, and then you lean back. You're going to feel this in through your forearms and in through your wrists. Okay, gently begin to come back forward, maintaining the position of your wrist. You're going to draw the middle of your back skyward. You're going to take your gaze to the back of your mat, and then again you lean back. Okay, slowly begin to come forward. Okay, you're going to put your hands into neutral position. So we're just flipping them around so your fingertips are again pointing forward. And all I want you to do from here is just kind of wiggle your hips from side to side. Okay, and then come back to our neutral spine. Okay, from here you're going to lift that right leg up, You're going to extend that right leg straight back and behind you. So here we have a tendency to lean left or lean right. Try to keep your position of your body central. So what you're going to do with your right foot is you're going to bring it over to the left side of your mat, so your toes touch down off your mat. You're going to come down onto your left forearm, and all I want you to do from here is reach to the left with those right fingertips. Try to maintain that balance. As you can see, I've got the wobbles a little bit, and that's absolutely normal. Okay, slowly and gently begin to bring that right hand back to its original spot underneath your right shoulder. Bring that left hand back up. Kick that right leg straight out in behind before we return that right knee back to our mat. Okay, and then find your original tabletop position. Switching to the other side, extend that left leg straight out behind you. You're going to flex into that left foot, and again, try not to lean right. Try to keep that body position centered. Come down, you're going to take your left toes over to the right. So all 5 toes are actually gripping your floor, your mat. You're going to come down onto your right forearm, and then you're going to reach right with those left fingertips. See if you can drop that left shoulder a little bit closer to the ground. Nice deep breaths. Inhales and exhales in through your nose. Slowly and gently return that left hand so it lands underneath your left shoulder. Push yourself up. Right hand returns to its natural spot. Left leg extends in behind you. Left knee regrounds. And find yourself back into your tabletop position. So your left hand is going to take a little step forward. We're going to come into a bit of a shoulder stretch. So your right arm is going to lift, or your right hand is going to lift, and it's going to go underneath your left armpit. Your palm is facing the ceiling, and you're going to land onto that right shoulder. Okay, so maybe you have to walk your left hand a little bit closer. Your hips here will naturally go left. Bring those hips back to center. Your gaze should be underneath that left armpit. Okay, so from here, you're going to curl those left toes under. You're going to lift that left knee up. So you're going to find you're balancing right now on that right shoulder. Now from here, you're going to push into your right foot, and you're going to slowly begin to lift that left leg skyward. And you're going to flex into that left foot. Nice deep breaths. Okay, slowly and gently, you're going to lower those left toes first. Lower that left knee next. And then walk your left hand back under your left shoulder. Push yourself up. And find that neutral tabletop position. Same thing other side. Walk your right hand to handprint forward. Your left arm, palm facing up, is going to go underneath your right armpit. And you're going to place yourself right onto that left shoulder. Again, your gaze is underneath your right armpit. You're going to draw those hips back to center. Okay, you're going to curl those right toes under, lift that right knee high. And then once you find the stability, you're going to lift that right leg high, and you're going to flex into your right foot. Nice deep breaths. Slowly begin to lower those right toes first. Okay, lower that right knee next. Hips stay center. Walk your right hand back towards your body. And you're going to find yourself back into your tabletop position. So we're going to do that exact same sequence again, but we're going to take that into what we call a transition, into what we call a three-legged dog, and then we'll get into a standing twist. So walk your left hand forward. Right arm is going to go under that left armpit. You're going to place yourself right onto your right shoulder. Again, draw those hips back to center. Maybe your left hand comes a little bit closer to help you with that. Curl your left toes under, lift that left knee up. Lift that left leg skyward. Flex into that left foot. So here's our transition. Keep that left leg lifted. You're going to make your way back in through table with that left leg lifted. So hands are going to land under your shoulders. You're going to turn your right toes under. You're going to lift that right knee up. You're going to lift that left leg skyward. So this is what we call a three-legged dog. So your right heel is coming as close to the ground as you can get it. So now you're going to slowly release your left foot next to your right. You're going to widen the distance between your feet, and you'll find yourself in our first downward facing dog. Okay, slowly begin to walk those hands back towards your feet, tenting your fingers as you get closer. You're going to heel toe your feet so that they're hip distance apart. So this might be where you use your pillow or a box or a textbook that you might have. So what I want you to do from here is you're going to bend deeply in through your right knee. Your left leg is going to stay as straight as possible. Your right hand is going to plant underneath your face. So again, right knee's bent, left leg is straight. And from here, all we're going to do is twist open left. So reach that left arm skyward, palm faces out, into a twist. You're going to feel this in through your left hamstring. Okay, slowly and gently begin to untwist. Tent both fingers. You're going to straighten both legs. And maybe you just pedal your feet out or your knees out a little bit before we make our way into the other side. So you're going to bend deeply this time in through your left knee. Your right leg is straight. Your left hand plants underneath your face. You twist open right with that right arm. You're looking skyward, but your gaze is relaxed. Nice, deep, long breaths. Okay, slowly and gently make your way back to center. Again, tent both fingers. Maybe you pedal out your knees. And from here, all I would like you to do is come back to stillness with your legs and then walk yourself back forward, finding your tabletop position. Okay, so your right hand, one handprint forward. Your left arm is going to go under and you're going to relax onto that left shoulder. Again, draw those hips back to center. Curl those right toes under, lift that right knee up. Okay, slowly begin to lift that right leg skyward, flexing into that right foot, finding your balance. Keeping that right leg lifted, let's make our way back up through table. Curl those left toes under, right leg lifts high to the sky. This is called a three-legged downward facing dog. Okay, right foot steps next to your left foot. You're going to widen your stance, downward facing dog. Okay, walk those hands back towards your toes. Tenting your fingers as you arrive, heel toe your feet in. And this time what I would like you to do is you're going to step your right foot in front of your left. And here what you'll see naturally happens is your right knee will bend. Your right hand again is going to place underneath your face. And we twist open left. Okay, again, you're going to feel this in through that left hamstring. Okay, begin to unwind, come back through center, tent your fingers. You're going to bring your right foot back to its natural position beside your left. Widen that stance a little bit, and you're going to step your left foot over your right. And here you'll naturally have a bend in through your left foot. Your left hand grounds. You twist open to your right. Nice, deep, long breaths. Okay, make your way back to center. Okay, tenting both fingers, bring your left foot back so that it lands underneath your left hip. And let's just fold. Nice, deep breaths. Okay, your hands are going to find your shins. This is what we call a flat back position. So you should feel like you could balance a textbook on your back in this position. Okay, let's fold forward. We're going to walk our hands back up towards the top of our mat and find a plank position. So widen your feet. Hands are underneath your shoulders. All I'd like you to do from here is drop those hips towards your mat. Chest leads forward and through. Gaze goes skyward. This is called a modified upward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. We find downward facing dog. And this is where we move. We're going to get deeper in through our hips. And we're just going to create some energy in our movement and sending lots of great energy out to our edge community. Feet come together to touch at the back of our mat. Right leg lifts high to the sky. Let's bring that right knee forward and through so that it almost connects to our right elbow. Arch that back. Kick that right leg high to the sky. Right knee comes forward again to connect with our right elbow or tricep. Kick it high to the sky. Right knee comes forward and through all the way in, maybe towards your forehead, and then step your right foot to where your right hand is. Tent your fingers on either side. Walk your left foot, big step left. Drop that left knee to the ground. Uncurl those left toes. Both hands find the top of your right knee, which is now creating a 90-degree angle. And all we do here is we sink our hips forward. We just feel the magnitude of what our hips are holding in this position. "90 degrees. Keep bending those, keep guiding those hips forward. So now from here, both of our hands are going to come to the inside of our right foot. You're going to walk your right foot a little bit closer to the right edge of your mat. And you're going to turn your toes so that they're pointing to about 1 o'clock. Your big toe is really, really close to your pinky finger of your right hand. And all I want you to do here is I want you to just open through that right knee. And when you look down, you should be able to see the sole of your right foot. So here's level 1. And again, you're sinking both hips forward. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you come down onto your forearms. Nice deep breaths. And I like a little bit of movement in through my right hip. Okay, if you're on your forearms, make your way back onto the palms of your hands. The sole of your right foot finds grounding. Now from here, all I'd like you to do is curl those left toes under, lift that left knee up, and find strength in through that left leg. Keep your left hand underneath that left shoulder, and you're going to twist open right. Here we are in what we call Dragonfly Twist. Find strength in through that left leg. So now from here, your right hand comes to the inside of your right foot again. We're going to walk ourselves all the way to the back edge of our mat. You're going to bend in through that left knee. Your right foot goes sideways but points towards the ceiling. You tent your fingers in front of your body to find balance. Find strength in through that right leg. My heel naturally lifts. Can we bring our hands into heart center and find a beautiful balance? Don't forget your breath. Okay, slowly and gently your hands return to ground. Walk your body back forward. You're going to turn your hips so that they're pointing to the top of your mat. Walk your right foot out a little bit more and begin to straighten into that right leg. Your left foot takes a big step forward, and maybe your left heel finds your grounding or finds your mat. This is called pyramid pose. So the idea with pyramid pose is your hips are squared to the top of your mat. Both legs are as straight as you can get them. Maybe this back heel is lifted, but we're targeting our right hamstring. And all we do from here is we fold over that right leg. Okay, so lifting your body up halfway, you're going to bring your right foot so that it's at the center of the top of your mat. Tent your fingers. You're going to wiggle those left toes back, and you're going to turn that left foot sideways. So we're creating what we call a perpendicular angle. From here, your right hand comes to the inside of your right foot so that your right shoulder and your right knee are connected. Your left leg is straight, so sink your body forward. Your hips are squared to the long edge of your mat this time. And then we twist open with that left arm. Find strength in through that right leg. Your left leg is totally straight. So now from here, we're going to unwind with our left arm. We're going to begin to straighten out that right leg. Your right hand is going to find your right shin. Now this time both your legs are straight, and all I want you to do is reach up with that left arm. This is called triangle pose. Again, both your hips are squared to the long edge of your mat. Nice, deep, long breaths. And now from here, we're going to rise up into what we call a 5-point star. So our arms are extending from our shoulders. Bend back in through your right knee. Draw your right knee out towards that baby toe. Here we are in Warrior Two. Find strength in through that right leg. So now from here, we're going to cartwheel our hands to the mat. We're going to square our hips to the top of our mat. Step back, we're going to find plank. And again, from here, drop those hips towards your mat. Chest leads through. Look skyward. Modified upward facing dog. Hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. We're going to do that exact same sequence on the other side. Feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Left leg lifts high to the sky. Left knee, left elbow, rolled forward plank. Left knee finds your left elbow or your tricep. Kick it high. Left knee, left elbow or tricep. Kick it high. Okay, this time your knee comes in through your nose, or towards your nose. Arch that back. Step your left foot to where your left hand is. Tent your fingers on either side. Right foot, big step right. Drop that right knee. Top of your right foot grounds. Both hands are going to find the top of your left knee this time as we sink those hips forward. Guiding that right hip forward and drawing that left hip back just a little bit. Both hands are going to ground to the inside of that left foot. You're going to walk your left foot out just a little bit and angle to about 11 o'clock. So again, your big toe of your left foot and your pinky finger are fairly close. And then you begin to open up through that hip. Okay, and you guide both hips forward. Okay, so you can either stay here or you can find your way onto your forearms. And again, a little bit of movement might be what that left hip needs. Nice deep breaths. Sending lots of love to our Edge community, who we all miss so very much. Okay, if you're on your forearms, let's make our way back onto the palms of our hands. Okay, the sole of our left foot regrounds. Now from here, if you remember the transition from the other side, we curl our right toes under. We find strength in through that right leg. Right hand plants under our right shoulder. We twist open left. Dragonfly twist. Okay, remember that left knee creates a 90-degree angle. Toes are pointing forward. Find strength in through that right leg. Left hand comes to the inside of your left foot. You're going to walk yourself towards the back edge of your mat. You're going to bend into that right knee this time. Your left toes point towards the ceiling. Find strength here. Square those shoulders. You can either stay here or maybe you bring your hands to heart center. Nice, deep, long breaths. Okay, again, my heel lifts, but maybe your heel is grounded. Okay, both hands find the inside of your right knee. We're going to walk ourselves back forward, squaring our hips in the process. Walk your right foot in a big step. Straighten out both legs. Square your hips to the top of your mat. Okay, targeting our left hamstring, we fold over that left leg. Here we are in pyramid pose again. Again, you continually work to square those hips to the top of your mat and keep your legs as straight as possible. Okay, lifting your chest only, you're going to walk your left foot so that it's in the center of your mat. And you're going to kind of wiggle that right leg back and turn it so that it's parallel to the back edge of your mat. Okay, your left hand plants to the inside of your left foot. Your shoulder and knee have a connection. And then we twist open right. This is called extended side angle. Okay, slowly and gently begin to untwist. Begin to straighten into your left leg. Left hand finds your shin. Both legs this time are straight. We peel open to the right. Extend that right arm skyward. You're reaching high into the sky. Slowly and gently begin to make your way up into what we call a 5-point star. Legs are straight. Arms extend from your shoulders. Begin to bend into your left knee. Left knee draws out towards that left pinky toe into a strong warrior 2 position. Cartwheel those hands down to your mat. Rotate those hips. Step back, find plank. Drop those hips towards your mat. Chest leads through. Look high to the sky. Hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. We'll go through that sequence a little bit faster this time. And we'll go through that sequence on both sides. And then we'll make our way to the mat. So feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Right leg lifts high to the sky. Right knee, right elbow, down to your wrist, up to your elbow, kick it high. Right knee into your nose. You're going to gently place your right foot down, tent your fingers, left foot, big step left. Drop that left knee, top of your left foot turns over. This time, when we make our way into our low lunge, we're going to connect those hands in behind, create a fist, and get a little bit more deep, get a little bit deeper in through our shoulders. Sink those hips forward. Gently begin to bend your elbows, release that grip. Hands come to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out a little bit. Okay, toes are pointing to 1 o'clock. Peel open through that right knee. Ground down through that left hand. Twist open to the right. A little bit different this time, but we're getting deeper into both of our hips. Slowly begin to untwist. Okay, your right foot finds your mat. Curl those left toes under. Find strength in through your left leg. Left hand plants. Twist open right. Dragonfly twist. Okay, right hand comes to the inside of our right foot. Keep walking all the way to the back edge of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Right toes point to the ground, right leg straight. Maybe you immediately come into our balance. Okay, hands find ground, walk yourself back forward. Square those hips, both legs straighten. Find your pyramid pose. Lifting your chest up, walk your right foot to the middle. Turn your left foot sideways, step it back. Right hand plants to the inside of your right knee or right foot. Shoulder and knee are connected. Twist open to your right, extended side angle. Begin to straighten in through your right leg. Right hand finds your right shin. Triangle pose. Come all the way up through 5-pointed star. Bend in through that right knee, warrior 2. Cartwheel those hands to the mat. Step back, find plank. Drop those hips towards your mat, chest leads through, look high. Hips high to the sky. Downward facing dog. Feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Left leg lifts high to the sky. Left knee, left elbow. Down to the left wrist. Up to the elbow. Lift it high. Left knee comes towards your nose. Step that left foot gently to your mat. Tent your fingers. Right foot, big step right, drop your right knee. Top of your toes turn over. Hands briefly find that left knee. Let's connect those arms in behind again. Draw the fist down. Draw those shoulders away from your ears. Bend into your elbows. Release that bind. Right hand plants under your right shoulder. Curl those right toes under. Lift that right knee up. Twist open left. Dragonfly twist. Left foot untwist. Left leg, or left hand untwist, comes to the inside. Walk yourself all the way to the back of your mat. Bend deeply into your right knee. Left leg is straight and strong. Again, maybe you come right into our balance. Hands come to the inside of your right knee. Walk your body back forward. Straighten both legs in the process. Walk your right foot, big step forward. Find pyramid pose. So again, your target here is that left hamstring. Okay, lifting your chest up, bring that left foot to the middle of your mat. Turn that right foot completely sideways. Left hand plants inside your left foot, shoulder-knee connection. Twist open to the right. All right, so from here, begin to straighten out your left leg. Left hand finds your left shin. You're still peeling open. This is what we call triangle pose. Come all the way up into 5-point star. Bend deeply in through your left knee. Arms extend from your shoulders. Here we are in Warrior Two. Cartwheel those hands to the mat. Square those hips to the top of your mat. Step back, find plank. Drop those hips, chest leads through. Look skyward. Hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. Feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Right leg lifts high to the sky. We're coming into pigeon on the right side. So bring that right knee all the way to your right wrist. Your right foot comes to the opposite side. You're going to wiggle that left leg straight behind you. Square your hips to the top of your mat. So what I like to do is I tent my fingers and I make sure my shoulders and my hips are squared to the top of your mat. So sink a little bit deeper. So maybe you stay here. Maybe you come onto your forearms. But continue to guide that left hip forward and that right hip back. And maybe you find your left cheek on the ground or try to relax through your shoulders. We'll stay here for 10 breaths. Okay, make your way back onto your forearms. Okay, palms are going to reground. You're going to curl your left toes under, lift your left knee up, step back, find plank with that right leg. Drop those hips, chest leads through, look high to the sky, downward facing dog. Pedaling out your feet, doing whatever you need to do before we settle into our other side. Feet come together to touch at the back of our mat. Left leg lifts high to the sky. Left knee comes all the way down to our mat by our left wrist. Left foot is over on the right hand side. You're going to wiggle your right leg back. Kind of glance backwards. And make sure your right leg is coming straight out from your right hip. And then tent your fingers. And like we did on the other side, square up those hips and square up those shoulders. Okay, and once you've arrived there, maybe you find your forearms. And again, continue to guide that right hip forward and that left hip back. Okay, maybe this side looks a little bit different than the other side. So maybe here, our right cheek comes down to the ground, and we're here for 10 breaths. Okay, try to focus on the moment. Try Try to focus on something extremely positive in your life. And try to focus on the unbelievable awesomeness that you always bring to the table. Hey, Natty girl. Okay, 5 more breaths. Okay, finding your way back onto your forearms. Okay, and then on to the palms of our hands. And our transition this time is we're just going to kind of roll ourselves onto our left glute. We're going to swing our right leg forward. And then we're going to make our way all the way onto our backs. Okay, extend those legs long. You're going to flex into both feet. You're going to draw your right knee in towards your chest. You're going to grip that knee with both of your hands. So flexing into both feet still. Draw that right knee in towards your chest just for a moment, and then open that right knee to your left shoulder or your right shoulder. Again, maintain flexed feet. So now from here, keep your right hand gripping your right knee. Your left hand releases and grabs the outside edge of your right foot. You're going to draw that right foot in towards your left groin, and your right knee is going to fold open. I always like to maintain grip with my left hand on my right foot, and you're going to feel this in through that right hip. Nice deep breaths. So gently and slowly begin to bend in through that left knee so the sole of your left foot grounds. You might want to shift your hips a little bit. Your right foot is going to come higher towards that left knee. And what we're creating here is what we call a figure 4. So see if you can draw that right knee a little bit more forward. From here, you're going to lift your left foot off your mat. Your right hand is going through the gap to meet your left hand in behind your left hamstring. Using your right elbow to help guide that right knee a little bit more right. So what I always like to do from here is extend my left leg high. I pull or I draw my left leg more left, and then I rebend to feel it a little bit more deeply in through my right hip. But again, maintain flexed feet while we're here. Nice, deep, long breaths. Okay, slowly and gently begin to release that left foot back to your mat. Peace fingers of your right hand are going to grab your right big toe. Draw that right knee out more right. You're going to extend that right leg skyward. Maybe use that left hand as guidance for your right hamstring. But you're looking to keep this leg as straight as possible. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you can extend that left leg long again. Okay, slowly and gently begin to bend into your right knee. Release your grip, extend that right leg long. Flex into both feet, but you're going to draw your left knee in towards your chest this time. Okay, cradle that knee with your hands. And then open that left knee towards your left shoulder. So maintain grip on your left knee with that left hand. Release your right. Your right hand is going to grab the outside edge of your left foot. Draw that left foot into your right groin as you let that left knee fold open. So again, I like to maintain grip with my right hand, and again, you should feel this in through your left hip. Okay, slowly and gently begin to bend into your right knee. Your left foot comes higher towards your left or right knee, and let that left knee fall open. Okay, gently begin to lift that right foot off of the mat. Your left hand goes through the gap this time and meets the right in behind your right hamstring. Okay? So again, with that left elbow, push your left knee further away from your body. Extend that right leg high. Draw your right leg more right, and then rebend. And you can do that a couple of times until you find the sweet spot. Okay, slowly and gently begin to release your grip so your right foot finds your mat. Peace fingers of your left hand find your left big toe. Extend that left leg high. So again, this side might look completely different. Maybe on this side you can extend your right leg long and flex into that right foot. And again, maybe you use that right hand to help guide your left leg closer to your body. Slowly and gently begin to bend into your left knee. Release that grip and then extend that left leg long. I'm falling off my mat here. Okay, so we'll do one more twist on both sides. So what I'd like you to do is lift those hips up, and you're going to shift your hips to the right. You're going to bend in through that right knee. Your hands are going to create, your arms are going to create a T so that your palms face down. You're going to draw that right knee over to the left. And your gaze is going to go towards that right extended arm. Maybe as additional guidance, you place your left hand on top of your right knee, and that will help guide your right knee closer to the mat. Okay, slowly and gently, let's make our way back to center. We'll rebend into both knees. Shift your hips back to center and a little to our left. Extend both legs. Keep those arms where they are. Bend into your left knee. Maybe you have to shift your hips a little bit more before you twist to the right with your left knee. Gaze goes to the left this time. Maybe this time your right hand finds your left knee and gives it a little bit of extra help. Nice deep breaths. And slowly and gently, let's make our way back to center. Let's draw both knees in towards our chest and hug both knees with our arms. Create a nice tight ball. Okay, and gently release your shoulders to your mat. Cross those ankles, and all I want you to do is roll up to a seated position. Find a comfortable seated position. Eyes closed. Chin is slightly tucked in towards your chest. And maybe just do an assessment. How does your body feel in this moment? Let's bring our hands into heart center. Let's guide those thumbs towards our forehead, and let's continue with those positive thoughts. And do what we need to do as people to get back to what we love. Guide those thumbs down towards your mouth. And let's continue to maintain our connection. Connection is such a huge part of what we are and who we are. And it's something that I miss the most right now. We miss you guys so very much. And it's been a shock to a lot of us. But the only way that this is going to get better is if we listen to what we have to do. But we can always connect in different ways, which is so beautiful. Lower those thumbs down towards your heart. Let's continue to send out love, compassion, gratitude. And like I said, let's do what we need to do to stay connected, to be connected, and to be our best. Thank you, Edge community, for joining me in a yoga practice today. Namaste. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you.